All right, y'all, we're back at it. It's Friday, June 6th. I was out here yesterday all day. Got the new tie rods on. Got them, and rod ends. Got them located out at the outer point instead of the inner. That's where everybody's got them. Don't know what that's going to do. Maybe give you a little bit more turning or something. I don't know. We did move them back up to the center, the neutral position where they were way up here. We found it did make it feel a little better, less sensitive at Grattan, but it wouldn't turn into pits, man. I don't know if I posted those videos or not, but I go down the hill and I turn the corner, and it just goes right off into the grass. I'm cranked as far as it'll go, and it just wouldn't turn because with the rods mounted all the way up here, you're obviously losing a lot of swing. Or a lot of throw of the rods themselves because the lever is so much shorter. So we went back to the neutral setting. We also did go back to what the manual suggested we start at for total width. That puts us at the second line out. We started originally when we went to the track at the fourth line out or the fifth line out. Fourth or fifth line out. To have to look at the notes. I've gone through all the notes and rewrote everything, cleaned everything up from the weekend. So we noticed that moving the wheels in also helped. Now that is also going to take scrub radius out, which takes weight jacking effect out of the car. So we're gonna have to do some work. But all the mechanical work on the cart is now done. Everything that we had to do is scratched off the list yesterday. Right now, we're going to finish filling the white area with the blue vinyl, but everything else is done and done. So, what are we doing? I put some masking tape on here, and took a pen, and took the widest point that we have here, and just use your finger as a side edge, and then just ran this here the same distance, because what we're going to do is cut the material from this blue stuff, right? All the blue stuff that we've got here. We've got this. We've also got the top pieces for those Unico pods there. And it doesn't matter if it's multiple pieces. I mean, this thing's all pieced together already as it is, right? But we're just going to cut it to that width after we get the rest of it all off. So it doesn't have to go like so. And I'm telling you, with just a hairdryer, whether you believe it or not, it gets more than warm enough to stretch and move this stuff. How do I know? Because I've already fixed up everything on this front end. I've redone everything here. I put these little pieces that they supply in here. I put the blue pieces in, and of course there was a lot of extra bodywork, white bodywork. So what I did is I warmed this stuff up and moved it, and ended up having to cut it here the same way Patrick did on the other side and get this just a little more uniform, There were some big air bubbles in here. I warmed it up with the hairdryer and pushed them right out. Over here, did the same thing on this side. We reworked this side a bit. Where Patrick had cut it, we warmed it up and pushed it up and moved it to take as much of the white gap that's in there out and to get the silver stuff pushed down real good. Now we put these on ourselves too, and we did it without any heat. And you're going to see once we warm it up with the hairdryer and press down, you're going to be able to see the lines, the casting lines or mold lines in the tank a lot more. They're stuck on, but they're not good and stuck until you get some heat to it. And I'm telling you, hairdryer gets it more than hot enough to physically move the stuff around. So if we'll just say that's a 1/2 inch. We cut 1/2 inch strips. We'll just get it right up to that edge and put it in, and whatever hangs over, say it's this wide here, whatever hangs over down here, we'll just trim off with a razor blade. But I've already gone ahead, and I wanted to show you this. I've already gone ahead and cut it. We just used 1/4 inch fine line on this side because it is about a 1/4 inch here. What we'll do is we'll just we'll find a straight edge, and we'll just cut it a little wider than a 1/4 inch and stick it on, and then, like I said, we'll heat it up and it'll bend and move. We missed a little bit of it just right here. We need to trim that little bit right there off so it's a 1/4 inch everywhere. and we'll just cut a quarter-inch strips of blue stuff, and we'll put it on. And again, at 150 miles an hour, well, at 100 miles an hour, you aren't going to see it. But what really is going to help is you won't see it when it's sitting on the stand in the pits. From 5 feet away, you'll just see blue. You won't see all that white and how the pieces didn't really fit the plastic very well. This, there isn't anything we can do about. We're not going to add a bunch of blue on here. I mean, that's getting a little too much, you know. Not real crazy about everything we left down here. But it is what it is, right? I mean, these were two completely separate pieces. On the old piece, they were also two pieces, but they seem to have fit a lot better for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just the graphics company. They're primarily a dirt bike place over in Europe, and maybe their die cutting and just isn't, their patterns just aren't as accurate as they need to be. Makes sense to me that all these things should be a little bigger than you'd need them, just so this kind of thing wouldn't happen. Now, granted, if we had black bodywork, like I've said before, you wouldn't even notice this stuff. But we don't. So we're going to doctor up this stuff as best we can. Not really anything we can do about this stuff here, but we're going to get this piece squared away. And then once we're done with this, then we're going to start sticking all the goodies we've got over there waiting to get on the car, and that'll hide the sin and make it look like a real race car, with all the product that we use, stuck on here. So hang around. I'll bring you back when we're done. I just wanted to show you this here. Let's see if we can peel a piece of this off while I still got you here. You see that nice cut there. Got to get my up-close glasses on behind you there, folks. We might have to warm it up a little bit. Well, let's do that. We'll show you. That's why I never really bought a heat gun. I found when I need to heat something, dry and primer, or dry and filler, dry and paint, whatever, forcing fiberglass to go off. The hair dryer was more than hot enough. I watched Patrick practically burn the tips of his fingers for a couple hours over here putting this stuff on. Doesn't make any sense. You don't need to get it so hot that it's burning your fingers. From what I've found, you can see how easy this stuff will move. Just getting it good and warm with a hair dryer. Here we go. We got the clear bit of it off already. And we might have to do a little more cutting, especially right at the end there. So let me put you down real quick. I want you to see this. Here you go. From high atop the RPM F125 cart. Here we go. Yeah, we just got to go over it a little. See, I didn't want to cut into the plastic. You know, was just trying to. I probably should have left the tape on here so we could see it a little better. But yeah, now I'm afraid to do it.
Check out our bold stainless steel jewelry for men. Strong, sleek, and built to last. Appointments and walk-ins are always welcome at Van Valkenburg and Son Jewelers in Forest, where everything sparkles.
Imagine flashing a confident smile.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to shut you down because I'm gonna have to get right back in here again. But you can see where we cut it. We got to clean that up a little bit. But it's gonna give us that one solid thickness, and we can just cut strips and put it on. I'll bring you back and show you the finished product.